Hey guys, what's going on? Daley Tactics here, and today we are back with some more Men of War Assault Squad 2, the Star Wars Galaxy at War mod, the Clone Wars recreated series that we've been working on, and today we have ourselves the Invasion of Ryloth. Now, the Battle of Ryloth as a whole is very long, and there's a lot of moving parts within it. A lot of different Jedi are involved, a lot of different clone legions are involved, so this is just the first video that we're going to be doing of it, in which the Ryloth clone trooper Garrison that is stationed on Ryloth gets attacked by the invading Battle Droid army. So obviously it was Captain Keeli and his Jedi Master Ima Gun-Di, along with Keeli Company here. So they were stationed on Ryloth. The Battle Droids come in, they attack Ryloth, and the clone troopers, along with some Twilek citizens and fighters, they try to fend off the battle droids, but eventually the clone supplies completely run out. They're doomed. Their heavy weapons begin to malfunction, and they are no longer operable. So that means ATTEs are gone, AV cannons are gone, any sort of artillery or large-scale weaponry is gone. They're not using that anymore, and so the battle droids sort of push them back further and further and further until we get to this moment, which is a last stand. So essentially Captain Keeli and Ima Gun-Di blow up this here LAAT gunship, blocking a pass that the Twileks sort of are escaping down. So they're doing a huge sacrifice move. They're blowing this pass, allowing the Twileks to get away, and therefore the clone troopers then have to defend and give the Twileks enough time to get away. So this is obviously a little bit different setup than the show had, and that's really for obvious reasons, because I'm just simply not able to do everything that the show has, because it's just not possible in the game engine. But I tried to make it as realistic as possible. So essentially we have the clones defending all over the place around here, and eventually they get to the final stand of Captain Keeli and Ima Gun-Di back here. And the battle droids are attacking from two different locations, over here on the left, and then over here on the right side of the canyon as well. So I think it should be a really interesting battle. Let me know if you want to see the rest of the Battle of Ryloth, you know, the Obi-Wan and Mace Windu parts. We could definitely do that if you are interested. So without further ado, guys, I'll be right back and we'll get this video started. Alrighty then, you bad Larrys, we're gonna go ahead and press start, and the battle droid army begins moving on forward here. Super battle droids in the very front of the pack here, launching some of those wrist rockets at the clone troopers. The clones better watch out for that. Clones do have some static turrets over here. Ooh, that wrist rocket came very, very close to knocking these troopers out, and that one actually absolutely nails them, taking out that turret right there early in the game. It's okay, the clones still have a second one left alive over here. Wow, that could be a huge loss for the clones, because those turrets aren't cheap, man. Oh, and there goes the second one, domed by another wrist rocket. Man, oh man, this is a brutal, brutal start to the battle here. Basically, my most wished for outcome for this battle is some sort of a last stand. I'm trying to replicate the show as closely as possible, and like I said earlier, that's not entirely possible given the constraints of the game. But if we could somehow get these clones into an epic holdout where, you know, they're just doming droids left and right, but the overwhelming droid numbers win in the end. That's sort of the dream here, because that's sort of what happened in the episode against Captain Keeli and, of course, Ima Gun-Di. So that's what I'm hoping for, and it seems to be going pretty well. The clones are killing a lot of battle droids here, but they themselves are hard pressed by the battle droid army. So it's a little 50-50 here. Both sides taking losses, but neither side all out winning right now. I think it's a little bit of back and forth. The droids are making quite a bit of progress coming forward here, and the clones are doing a nice job of sort of pushing them back and keeping them where they need to be. Alright, here we go. Let's check out the right side over here real quick. These battle droids seem to have defeated the majority of the clones that were the early defenses here, the early watch points. They do have a little tactical droid with them over here, so maybe that helped them out. And they're creeping up on Ima Gun-Di and Captain Keeli's final stand position over here. In the TV show, I believe it did go something like, oh, clones back here died at some point. That's crazy. Why is everyone... Oh, what happened? Oh, what just happened? Okay. What? Oh. I'm in like first person direct control mode? What the heck? I didn't know you could do that. That's crazy. How do I get out of this? I don't want to do that. What the heck? That's insane. Okay. I don't know why all the clones are not standing against their defenses there. That's kind of strange. Some of them are, but a lot of them aren't, which is a little peculiar if you were to ask me. Alright, droid's coming up over here. Like I was trying to say a little bit earlier, I believe the order of deaths was sort of like the rest of the clone Keeli company sort of went down and died in their last stand while they were trying to get the Twileks out of the area. You know, they were buying some time for their boyos, and so they held out, and then it was just Ima Gun-Di and Captain Keeli. Captain Keeli, it looks like he goes down, but then he gets back up. My boy gets back up, and he's fighting alongside Ima Gun-Di. Then Captain Keeli gets absolutely nailed a few times and finally does die. And then it's just Ima Gun-Di versus the battle droids. On Ima Gun-Di's sort of like little wristwatch thingy, his comm channel, he gets the message that supplies made it through the Separatist blockade that was keeping Republic supplies out. So therefore, the clone troopers were in fact resupplied on the planet. And, you know, he died knowing that he was successful in getting the Twileks out of there and getting supplies to them, much needed, so that way a resistance movement could form. So it's one of the more beautiful deaths in the Clone Wars. And, of course, a brutal last stand. I'm a sucker for any sort of a last stand defense kind of a thing, so, really, this was the pinnacle of deaths, you know, because it's kind of heartwarming knowing that he died knowing his mission was successful. I think that's a very cool thing that the writers did. And then simultaneously we get to see him just absolutely slaughtering droids along with Captain Keeli, and just giving it their all to help the Ryloths, Ryloth sort of inhabitants, the Twileks, in their fight for freedom and liberation from the droid army. So very, very cool. Honestly, Captain Keeli is probably in my top 10 clone commanders, easily in my top 10 actually. He has his, of course, dual wield pistols. In this battle, we didn't give him the dual wield pistols. We gave him the DC-15C weapon because dual wield pistols in this game are just not the best weapons, and I wanted to give him a fair shot of fighting. So we gave him a DC-15C SMG machine gun instead of the dual wield pistols, though. It does seem to be a sort of a clone commander favorite weapon, those dual wield pistols. For some reason, a lot of clone commanders do end up rocking them, which is kind of crazy. Like, you got Captain Rex uses them. I think Commander Wolf does at one point too. Commander Wolf rocks the old dual wield pistols. You've also got obviously Captain Keeli. I think Bly does too at some points in the show. I don't know if the writers were just like, man, these dual wield pistols, dude, they look sweet, or if there was a more practical reason behind the clone commanders using them. That'd actually be kind of an interesting video essay topic. You know, why did the clone commanders utilize these dual wield pistols when they had more heavy weapons available to them? And that could lie the answer. You know, the fact that these dual wield pistols were lightweight, and they could be transported and utilized very, very easily and quickly, as opposed to clone commanders utilizing heavy weapons, which could very well weigh them down. You know, clone commanders often are the people running around giving orders to everyone, making sure the battle is in good standing, so they don't want to be lugging around heavier weapons. They want to be more flexible. Perhaps they don't want to be going to every meeting holding this massive chunk of a weapon or something like that. I don't know, this is all speculation, but I think it could be a cool video idea. Either way, this right side droid attack over here is failing hard. We can see the body of the tactical droid over here, and it seems like this mountain is turning into an absolute kill zone. Any droid that tries creeping up here gets maybe 1 or 2 shots off and then perishes. They did accomplish getting a few kills here and there, it seems, but overall, Keeli and Ima Gun-Di over here have held strong so far. And of course, this is not a very good Ima Gun-Di skin. It's in fact a weak-way skin, but Ima Gun-Di isn't actually in the mod, so it's impossible to have his actual skin in there. So it seems like the droid attack is completely reliant on the right side over here succeeding, and at the moment the droids seem to be getting themselves stuck into this skirmish over here between a few clones who are holding a looks like a command center type of an area. And the clones are able to sort of funnel them through this way. Droids are also attacking up over the top over here, but the clones are able to sort of shoot them as they crest over that mountain range that way. So droids in a tough position here. Their mission is staggering. The clones are making a very nice little stand here, and it's only a matter of time, I think, before they do end up all getting nailed and the droids end up taking this part of the battlefield and proceeding forward. But it's cool to see this sort of last stand area. Yeah, so if you're wondering why this video is going to be coming out so much later in the day than I normally upload on Sundays, usually on Sundays I upload at 9 a.m. This video may very well be coming out at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., whenever I'm able to get it out, because last night I was actually recording the video, and I had it totally finished. It was pretty epic. Ended up being about 30-40 minutes long, something like that. And by the end of it, I finished up and I got into my editing software and I was ready to edit the audio, make sure it sounded nice. And guess what? My microphone was not recording the entire time. So I lost all of the footage, and it was like pretty late at night, and I was like, man, I really want to go to bed. I could have pulled the all-nighter and gotten the video out, but instead I'm afraid I said I need to sleep, and I called it a day. So that is why this video might be coming out much, much later, which kind of sucks, but I do apologize for that. Alright, so the droids seem to have silenced the majority of the clones over that way. Not all of them. They do still have a few to kill here, but for the most part, they're gaining victory. They have the high ground over here, which is good for them. The clones having to shoot upwards at them. But the droids are one step closer to going and fighting Keeli and Ima Gun-Di at the very end of this last stand area here. I would say the clones have definitely succeeded in their mission of buying enough time for the Twileks to get away from all of this, which is very nice. And now it's just a matter of the clones sort of trying to kill as many of these battle droids as possible, weaken their numbers to a large extent. There's actually a lot of clones left alive up on the top of this hill here who are now getting assaulted pretty hard by these battle droids. They're doing a nice little stand here, though, getting quite a number of kills on these battle droids. Very nice. There's a lot of droids around this part here just sort of derping around. We'll let them figure out their own thing because we do still have sort of a nice little attack going on over here, so I don't want to disrupt what's happening. I'm trying my best not to interfere. I know a lot of people do get upset by that. Ooh, grenade coming on in here. That could be a very powerful grenade, and it is. It knocks out a ton of battle droids there. Very nice, very well done. Droids with bow rifles, E5s and E6s up here, though, still alive and still rounding off some good fire at some of these clone troopers. This droid taking a moment to do some quick field repairs for himself while his friend marches forward here. Takes a lot of fire and does inevitably go down there. That's brutal, but the rest of his buddies are coming on forward onto the top of this hill here. They're having a lot of trouble killing these clones over here who are, for the most part, very, very exposed, so I'd expect them to go down rather easy. They get a grenade off. One goes down, another goes down. The grenade sort of dislodges that trooper there who I think was holding the majority of the position. He finally falls, and that's the end of those troopers there. These clones who are standing right here are getting flanked, and they all go down. That was a very nice little pincer movement by the droids right there. And now the droids just need to make their way down this little pass here, which does have a lot of clones. For some reason, the clones don't want to stand on their defenses, and I can't put them there because of this weird first-person thing. What is this? How do I get out of this? It's very bizarre. I don't understand. Look at this. Like, I'm able to first-person control here. Look at that. Isn't that kind of funny? Very weird. Look at this. Pa-pow! And then we died, and now I control another trooper. Oh. It's very interesting. Ow. Okay. I'm wondering... That's so weird. I've never had this occur before. And it's kind of hard to get out of. I'm trying to get out of this. But, there we go. It's not letting me. There. Interesting. I gotta figure out how to turn that off, actually, I think, because it's not letting me put these clones back up onto their defensive positions where they're supposed to be, and instead the clones are just being suppressed down below here without putting too much of a fight up against the droids. But once the droids do get closer, then the clones will have some nice shots to put on them, which will be good. At least Keeli and his troopers back here are standing tall in a defensive position. How many kills do these guys have? Oh, well, it put me into the first-person perspective, which I didn't really want. Ow! What the heck, bruh? Stop! Why are you doing this? Help! Okay, there we go. My goodness. Alright, well, the chain gunner had like 14 kills. I need to figure that out because I don't know what's happening there. Hopefully when I just restart my game, that'll stop because we can't have that. I need to not have that awkward first-person perspective thing going on. I must have hit a button or something. That must have been what happened. Either way, droids gaining a lot of ground here and sort of going in on Commander Keeli's final position over here, sniping a few of Commander Keeli and Ima Gun-Di's troopers in the back lines. But they're still getting a solid amount of fire off. They're still getting a lot of droid kills, which is very good. They still got to worry a little bit about this right side over here, which still has a solid number of droids on it. But these droids are easily killable. But if these droids on the right and the droids on the left sort of attack simultaneously, we could see huge losses for the clones because they won't be able to hold two angles at once. So that'll be very interesting to see sort of that development there. Because it could spell trouble for the clone troopers. These guys who are laying down here getting grenaded themselves after they put out some very nice grenades onto the droids, which is very cool to see. You guys know I love me some grenade warfare. Another clone goes for the grenade. Oh, but they're getting grenaded back, and their own grenade gets tossed back at them. Oh, that was disastrous for those two clone troopers. Poor dudes went down hard there. Oh my goodness, but the clones are getting a solid amount of droid kills here. They are really sticking to their guns in this final stand, and this is exactly how I would hope this battle turns out in this sort of Clone Wars recreated thing that we got going on here, which is very, very cool. So the next few battles will be the continuation of the Battle of Ryloth, if you guys like that idea, because I think it would be cool to do the full battle since it's so extensive, and we might have to do that with other battles as well. Like, obviously, we visited Geonosis once, but then we're going to have to do the second Battle of Geonosis, which is kind of a continuation of the first. And then we'll also have to do the same for Umbara, where there's just a lot of moving parts with that battle, things like that. So we're going to have to do different aspects of various battles to make it cool and interesting. But then simultaneously there will be some one-off battles, and I was thinking about also maybe doing some missions too, like the mission to the what is it, Ragusa asteroid moon or whatever, you know, the one where the Keeli goes down there. Oh, my friend, oh, he got absolutely decked right there. Ima Gun-Di's standing tall with his lightsaber, possibly deflecting some droid blaster fire. But you know, the one where it's Domino Squad holds that moon, and then Captain Rex and Commander Cody come onto the platform for their inspection, but it's been taken over by commando droids. That mission, I think it would be cool if we did a mission of that. Of course, it would be sort of less of a battle, but it would still be Clone Wars recreated if you think about it. So I think that could be really neat if we did stuff like that. You know, that would be kind of cool. So might be doing that. Looks like the last stand is in full motion over here, and we are getting that sort of pincer movement thing going on over here with these droids attacking over there while simultaneously droids attacking on the right side. Definitely the way to go for this battle. If I was the battle droids, I'd be doing that thing. Ima Gun-Di does go down. Keeli and Ima Gun-Di put up a solid defense, but end up perishing. Grenades going off, clones dying, droids dying, trees getting felled. Impressive stuff. This is brutal. Chain gunner's got a grenade out. He might lob one. Nope, he puts it away. Oh, droid's actually climbing up the mountain over there too. That's insane. Chain gunner last alive. He gets a grenade off. He tries to fire, but he goes down. Hey, the grenade did end up getting a few kills, so at least we got to see that. Oh, there's one clone remaining over here. And of course it puts us into direct control mode, which is the absolute worst. What is this? This is disgusting. Stop making me auto direct control or whatever. Or putting me into this weird first person thing. I hate this. Let's try and get some droid kills here with this guy, I suppose. We're nicking him. So hard to control. Ew. I hate it. Urgh. This is awful. Pew 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 pew. Pew 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 pew. Oh, this is not yeah, he's dead. Okay. So I sincerely hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a doozy. Look at all these droid deaths. So red are the dead droids, yellow are the dead clone troopers. Droids lost huge numbers all around. I mean, they seriously took a beating during this battle, and it was a very successful last stand, and true to the show, they eventually just sort of crushed the clone resistance, finally, and ended up gaining victory. But the Twileks got away, and Captain Keeli and Ima Gun-Di succeeded in their mission. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment and subscribe if you did. Check out all my social medias and stuff like that in the description below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace! I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.